This is a question regarding density. The first thing we need to understand is, what is density? Density equation is density equals to mass of an object divided by its volume. The mass could be in grams, sometimes centigrams, kilograms, usually grams though. Volume units could differ. It could be centimeter cube, it could be milliliters. Sometimes for gases, the density could also be reported as liters. But you will mostly see the units between centimeter cube and milliliters. 1 milliliter is defined as 1 centimeter cube. This is by definition, and this is something that you must know for exam. Okay? So let's see what kind of variations can you get from a question that uses density. You could have something that wants you to find density. You could also have something where they might ask you to find volume. If they want you to find volume, then that would equal to mass divided by density. How about if they want you to find mass for an object when volume and density are given? In that case, the equation will change to mass is equal to density multiplied by volume. In all cases, make sure that you check the units because they will help you decide which type of equation are you using. They might even state a unit conversion with a density problem. Now, let's look at a sample question from density relationship. The question is, what is the volume in liters if the mass of that object is given as 30.0 grams. Remember, this is 3 sig figs, and the density is given as 2.36 grams per ml of that object. The first thing that I want you to see is that they are asking you to find volume. In that case, the equation to use is this one. The volume of an object could be found when mass and density are provided. So let's set up the problem and let's see how would it change the number. Volume is equal to mass divided by density. So I will pick the information that is given in the question. Mass is given as 30.0 grams. The density is given as 2.36 grams per ml. The grams and grams will cancel. Milliliters will therefore be the unit for the volume that you will count or calculate from here. So the answer comes out in the calculator with 3 sig figs. It is accurate to only 12.7, but I will keep the whole number that comes from the calculator at least 1 sig fig higher so that you can see that the rounding only happens at the end of the question. This is going to have the units of milliliters. Now the question asks us to change the milliliters to liters. The unit that they want is in liters. So we first need to know from our prefixes, what does milliliter and liter have as a relationship? 1 milliliter is equal to 1/1000 of a liter. You could also write this as 1,000 milliliters are equal to 1 liter. So when I use this information as a conversion factor, it will change exactly the same way as in my previous unit conversion questions. We are going to change the milliliter to liter. So liter is required, milliliter is given. Therefore, 12.71 milliliter will use the conversion factor such that this 1,000 milliliter will come on bottom, the 1 liter will come on top. Once we have calculated this, the answer comes out to be 0.0127 liters. Why am I not reporting the 1 after the 7? The reason is because there are only 3 sig figs in the problem given, in the measurements given, which is this number and this number. Therefore, the answer is only true to 3 sig figs. Now, in some cases, you might have a question where the answer needs to be reported in scientific notation. So if that is the case, you can report this as 1.27 into 10 raised to the power minus 2 liters.